if you weren't here the first time, I'm Ellie. This is my YouTube account called Ellie's Creative Corner. I've also got an Instagram account called Ellie's Imagined Fan Art. In today's video, I'll be creating DIY jean patches for my messenger bag. So here I'm just showing you the materials that I'm using for the video. I originally started with a blue and orange pen, hoping that would show on the blue jeans, but it didn't. And I've also got my pencil as well. And I'm changing to a white pen because I didn't have any white pencils, and that would be the only thing that would show through, and those are my references. So here I'm just doing the rough sketches because I didn't have a pencil that was showing through with the jeans. I had to go straight on with the white pen. I've got to say I was a little nervous and a little worried I was going to mess up, but I actually think the drawings turned out pretty good. And here are all the characters drawn. I did Tails from Sonic. I also did Rapunzel from Tangled, and Varian from Tangled series, and Miles Morales from Spider-Verse. I also did Shadow from Sonic as well. Here I am just cutting the jeans now around the drawings and creating them in all different little shapes. There's the Shadow one, and there's Miles Morales one. I decided to draw that one onto the jean pocket to put on the back of the bag because I thought that would look really cool. And here I am doing the last few ones. I put them all together so it'd be easier to cut them when I was finished, which actually was a lot easier than trying to find them in all different places. It also means I'm able to reuse the jeans because I still have lots of material left. So I'll be doing something else with the jeans as well. That may be a next video. And here I am starting with a paint. I did Miles first because he has the simplest color bases, just black, red, and white. I had to do 2 or 3 layers of black paint because it wouldn't show up on the darker jean, but after I finished it and it dried, it turned out really good. I also did a little question mark indicating that the spider senses are going off a bit. I also started Shadow around the same time I did Miles because they both have the same color scheme, black, red, and white. I also found this peach skin tone in the paints as well, which worked really well for Shadow's and Tails' faces and ears. And here's the process. I didn't do the best with the mouth. It kind of lopsided a little bit because my paintbrush was dried on the edge. And here I am doing Tails. Tails is a lot of fun to do. I really enjoy anything to do with Tails. He's also such a cute character design, and I especially love when I do something with both of his tails in there because you get to move them around and express them so much. Now here I am starting to do Rapunzel. I didn't love the way Rapunzel turned out. I also wish I ended up using the paint pens which I did for Varian, so I could have got those finer details a little better for Rapunzel. Here I am getting my paint pens out so I can do Varian. I had to try and find a different skin tone for him halfway through the process because the skin tone for him was a little too light, but I did find the perfect colour for his hair strike. I had to use black paint for his hair because I didn't have any black paint pens, but it turned out pretty good and it showed up really well. And here are all the characters together, and there's Varian now. The next day I started sewing after the paint could dry. Like I said at the start of the video, I was making these to put these onto my bag. Here I am just showing you what materials I used for sewing, needles, thread, and sewing scissors. I also show you the patches finalized. There's Rapunzel, Varian, Tails, Miles, and Shadow. And here I am getting my bag ready so I can sew the patches on. So first I'm doing the Miles one because I just put the bag backwards. I realised when I was just about to sew them on, I actually left the back of the pocket of the jean on. So that means I could actually sew it on so it's still like a jean pocket where I can open and close it. I make sure I sewed it so I wouldn't accidentally put it through both layers. I also had to be super careful because on the other side of the bag, there's actually a little side pocket I use for my fidgets and my bracelets and things like that, and I always use that little pocket, so I had to be careful not to sew through the pocket. So I was always double checking my work. I don't really sew very much, and the last time I was sewing was probably when I was about 10. So this was a bit of a challenge for me, but I ended up getting into a rhythmly flow. It wasn't perfectly straight, but I got them on the bag. Remember, art doesn't always have to be perfect. It's the messy parts of it that actually makes it beautiful. And here it is, finalized, sewed, and complete. I love how this one turned out and that I have a little jean pocket on the back of my bag now. It's so cool. And now, time to do shadow. I decided to put shadow on the front of my bag, but still leave enough space so I can collect pins. There I am sewing it onto the bag. This was actually a lot harder than I realised because on the other side of that bag was also another pocket, so I had to keep on double checking that work as well. And then I sewed tails onto an outside pocket, which was a little bit easier, but I had to make sure the material wouldn't wrinkle up when I sewed it. And here's the finalised project. I loved how this turned out and I had so much fun with it. If you guys need a new DIY to do, I definitely suggest this one. I actually got this idea off an Instagram reel and I will pin the Instagram reel down in the description. I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making these. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much. If you could hit that subscribe button, add a like or a comment below, and also follow me on Instagram. Bye for now!